Ooh, Mike,
Yeah.
we didn't establish who's hosting. Is it you or me? Who's running the
No,
show?
I mean, it would have to be me because I'm the one who's still a babe in the woods and still listens to you guys and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I played the game now
But
for
you
like
have an understanding
2
about some
hours.
things now.
Some things. I watched
No.
7 hours of fucking my favorite.
7
Lo-
plus whatever you did with the bike video, the 12-hour one.
Okay, so like 13 hours. I have spent more time with Destiny lore than I have with some of the trainings that I've done for the products that I am a specialist in, and I don't know the fuck anything about it.
So you see the books on the end?
Yes.
Green, this way, green, red, blue, and yellow.
Mhm.
Those are my Legend of Zelda books. However, right next to them, those colors right there, from the white to the red right there. That's all the Destiny lore stuff. I got it all.
And it doesn't even scratch the surface.
Yeah,
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, you said something because again, we did that run yesterday, and you and Mike said one sentence that absolutely sounded like you were trying to activate a sleeper
I
agent.
remember.
What was
I
it?
remember what it was. We were in Warlord's Ruin, and I mentioned changing one of my armor pieces so that I remember what it was. I said I didn't have my Lorelei on, so I didn't have my Sunspot, so I couldn't get healing.
No, I don't even think it was that. That actually kind of makes sense to me now. You said something like, the furry zebra only hunts at night. And I was like, whatever, man. Cool. And Mike, the thing about it was he said that and you were like, oh, totally. And I was like,
Yeah, it makes
the
sense.
fuck are you talking about? I want to go back
Yeah,
to our
if
chat because I really...
If it's not obvious,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about Destiny. And we've got the armchair expert here going to tell us what the whole thing's about.
Hi.
Everybody,
Hi!
clap
Hey.
for the experts that are on.
Hey, Megan, guess what?
Oh, she can't hear you. Hang on.
Well, that would help. Jeez.
There you go.
Hello.
Hi. Guess what? I am
You have COVID.
contagious. Yes.
I know.
I am so
sorry.
sick. But you know what? You know what brings me healing? Two things.
What?
One, Rocky. Two, hearing you
wanna
describe Destiny.
Yeah. So, what is the story of Destiny, the game?
It's Halo, but with aliens.
Halo.
But Halo has aliens.
What's the main thrust of the story? Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? And what's the whole point of the story?
You're a guardian,
Okay.
and you kill aliens.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. The aliens are the bad guys.
Okay.
That
Yes.
sounds like politics now, am I right?
Wow.
Space politics.
Politics.
And you can choose a class.
Uh-huh.
You're a warlock, or a titan, or a hunter.
Hey, okay. But what's the story? Who's the bad guy?
I don't know.
Okay. Who's the good guy?
The guardians.
Are
Okay.
you sure?
Yes, mainly.
No.
You're right. What's the whole story about? What are we doing as guardians?
I don't know.
Okay. Can you name one of the big name guardians?
No.
Like just throw a name out there?
Nope.
Just throw a name.
Zeus.
Yeah,
mean,
what's
to
funny
be
is you're
fair-
not wrong.
Yeah.
She's not far off because they got Cade. You have a guardian who's been around forever named Osiris, and he's all Egyptian themed and stuff.
Yeah.
I
So-
vaguely remember you saying that you liked Destiny because it was geared towards mythology, but I could be completely and totally off on that.
They do pull from different mythologies to make their own stories or like give their characters backgrounds.
Ah, okay.
Like there is a I don't know if Sean knows this, Mike, you might know this, but the main character Shax, who runs the Crucible and stuff, people believe, it's not been confirmed, but they think that he is a resurrected Shakespeare because he can recite all the stuff and he's all into plays and stuff like that.
And his name seems to be Shax, which kind of tracks, man.
Master Shake?
No.
Shake
How about
Zula,
this?
the Mike
What-
Rula.
Don't. I will. Dude, I have all the DVDs. I memorized the show.
Every
That is arguably,
episode
Yeah.
memorized.
I think that is probably one of the best theme songs of all time that gets you pumped for a show that is just about weird food shaped superheroes dealing with mediocrity.
Aliens.
Do you remember where they came from or how it got started? Because it wasn't Aqua Teen originally. They
Not
showed
off
up on
topic.
Space Goes Coast to Coast.
Did
They
they
were
really?
the Baffler Meal. Yeah, they were called the Baffler Meal
Ah.
Squad or whatever it was.
Dear-
It was like a lame tie-in.
Do you remember back when the Moonanites invaded Boston and they called in the bomb squads?
That was great.
I remember, distinctly remember being in college, and the night
I
after,
just
I
realized
was,
I never pushed this live.
well, it's okay. The fans can listen.
It's okay.
They
We got the recording at least.
There you go. I remember watching that happen, like watching the live broadcast. They think there's bombs. Oh wait, but why they look like weird, like triangle alien people? And then, and then the next night, Adult Swim put up a thing that was just like, "We're really sorry
Whoops.
about that. We didn't know they were going to do that. Oopsie daisy." And then Boston was like, "You can never ever advertise in our town again."
Yeah. Anyway, back to Destiny. What if I told you that it was basically the essence of binary? At a base level,
What?
it is it's a story about binary systems.
Is it?
Michael's falling asleep.
Good versus bad, light
I
versus
always look
dark.
like I'm falling asleep.
Very binary.
But I think
At the literal essence of what the story is based on, with the whole flower game and all that, it is still a binary system of a 0 or a 1. Is it on or off? If it is off, then it is off, and it takes off the other ones around it. But if it's on and there's at least 3 other ons around and off, it switches it back to on.
right.
It's
I
a
know.
binary system.
I know
still.
Conway's
Right,
Game of
Bye.
Life, man. Bye.
Thank you.
The reason
No one saw that. She saluted.
The reason I posit that it's not necessarily binary isn't that the whole thing is that, well, it is binary, but it's two binary forces trying to affect a system that is not in that binary, right? Because you have reality.
To be fair, it is binary, though. It always ends up in one state, when it could end up in another state. However, it's that other state that wants to instill more choices rather than just the 1 or the 0.
I think that
Mike, are you okay?
I am
Are you all right?
confused.
Okay, man, we're gonna have to, I want to go and start back on D1 first, but I need to ask this. Do you remember when the pyramid ships were arriving in Seoul and they were talking about what was going on there, and then there was the whole thing about the Vex network that you could step into, and eventually you'd find your own Guardian's grave and shit like that?
I wasn't part of that portion.
Okay. All right, never mind. I don't know where to go from there. It's all good. But Sean, what is the flower game? This will help Mike.
Okay, so John Conway in the 70s came up with a
Yes.
simulation type game. So basically, here's the game. It's a game. Basically, the game is this: you have a grid, an infinite grid,
Yeah.
and based on certain parameters, you can have an on or an off pixel in one of the squares of that grid, on or off.
Okay.
Depending on what combination of pixels are on or off around a square, that pixel inside will turn on or off. The idea of
Yeah.
it being the game of life is basically that if you have 3 surrounding squares that are on around an off square, that, and again, I honestly can't remember the exact details, but it's going to be something like these.
I'm looking them up.
Sure. if you have basically what will happen, and you don't have to get into too much detail on that. As far as I know, it's unless that is like super relevant, right? Here, hold on. Conway.
It is a zero-player game, meaning that its evolution is determined by its initial state, requiring no further input. One interacts with the game of life by creating an initial configuration.
Hold on. Search Conway's Game of Life. It plays Conway's Game of Life in the Chrome browser while you're watching. That is so freaking cool, man.
Here, where's the camera? Oh, there.
Right,
See?
it's that. Game of Life. Basically, the idea is that depending on the combination of squares that are on or off, a square will either appear or disappear. What the complexity comes in is basically
alive or dead.
Correct.
Yeah.
And what you find is that in certain combinations, you end up with patterns that persist. You end up with weird,
Infinitely repeatable,
or not infinitely repeatable. Eventually, they just stop. And it was funny, by the way. I was going to send this to you too, Adam. There was actually I watched a thing where they changed the parameters because again, those parameters that he set are very, very. I wouldn't say they're arbitrary, but if you change the rules of that game, some systems cannot support life at all, and then some it just gets really freaking weird, right? But for the most part, there's like a Goldilocks zone where you can have complexity in life. It's super cool.
Doesn't this sound very familiar to you, Mike?
Yes, but I'm also watching the video and I'm like, what the
In
fuck is
terms
going
of
on?
Destiny and the Destiny universe, doesn't that sound very familiar to what's going on?
By the way,
What they're fighting for and shit?
and I'm sorry,
Right.
I'm just going to say this again. I put the link to the Google. Look it up in Google. It's fucking cool, man. Like I'm watching it take over my goddamn screen. It's so cool.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah. And
Making
and
me
basi-
prove I'm not a robot.
Think about that in terms of not the Traveler, the Gardener and the Winnower. Does it start putting things into perspective?
Yes, it does.
Do you remember how they talked about like the primordial garden and shit like that?
Yeah.
And how the gardener was fed up with things ending up the same way all the time, so they decided to insert themselves into the game to create more complexity.
Fair enough.
by the way,
Crazy.
I'm gonna give this shout out because my lore knowledge is basically nothing compared to these two. My lore basis is like my name is Bife video that was like 7 hours long, and then Sir Superhero, who is phenomenal. If anyone's watching this podcast and doesn't watch him, he's my favorite lore guy for Marvel, but he also is a huge Destiny fan. And that came out of nowhere, and he did a 7-part series, each an hour long. So I've watched 14 hours worth of Destiny lore, and I can't remember fucking anything.
That's okay. I'm hoping that you have questions or want some clarification that we can do, and I'm going to lean on Mike for it because it'd be funny.
All right, so cool.
You're welcome.
Let's start with
Ooh, you ready? Here's the lame thing. Let's talk about Destiny. I said the name of the thing. Anyway, let's start
D.
Mike, did you ever play D1, like for an extended length of time?
Oh yeah, I played D1 from the start until the D2. We went into D2.
Did you participate in the raids or anything like that too?
I tried the raids like once or twice, but that was about it. I couldn't figure it out. But I liked the game enough that I could go into like the regular story and play the strikes over and over again, that type of situation.
Do you remember how you happened to feel when you first played it? Like, did you see anything about Bungie releasing the game before it actually came out, or did you just see, ooh, this game looks fun, I'm going to try it?
Ironically enough,
Because
it
our
was.
experiences are going to be different, I think.
Ironically enough, I never heard about the game until my father-in-law got it. He thought it was cool, and he thought I'd be into it, so he got me a copy. I was like, hey, do you want to play this with me?
And that was D1.
That was D1.
Wow. Okay. I thought he did that with D2.
Nope,
You
that
know
was
me, I'm a Bungie fan, so I was waiting for their next game. So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I was going to try it regardless, but Meg hit it on the head. It was like Halo, but a lot faster, a lot more colorful, shit like that. Funny enough, I mentioned this earlier, playing Marathon now feels like going back to D1 because it feels very similar to how the game played.
yeah.
It feels way different in D2 than it did to D1. D2 is so much faster. It's a little more agile. You have a little extra things that you can do when you're running around. Like, there was no mantling in D1.
Yeah.
There was no infinite sprint and then slide in D1. Things took a lot longer to move and do things, and the progress itself was way different.
Right.
Like, they nailed it towards the end of D1 and then scrapped it entirely for D2. But I think they had a better foundation for D1 by the time that they ended it before they moved on to D2. However, D2 had much better story.
Are you saying that you prefer D1, endgame D1, over like the gameplay mechanics in D2?
It was less forgiving than D2. It was a lot more hardcore, but I think that's just my preference or personality because it's like D2 is tough with certain things, especially the mechanics and having to like keep your stats up so you don't die.
Right.
But D1 felt like a shooter. It was less MMO RPG-ish and more focused on the shooter aspects of the game.
Right. And
And they did things to extend the gameplay for things too, like how you used to get exotics. It was completely random. Then you had to complete objectives in that to even get the exotic quest. And sometimes it wasn't even just getting it; you still had to run a strike or something like that to do it. Much different.
I forgot about that. And
They had proper vendors too.
Yeah. And you had to pick factions back then too.
You didn't have to, but factions were a big thing.
Right.
Yes.
I want to say what I liked about the D1 is it was forgiving enough as far as the shooting aspect, because at that time I wasn't a big fan of shooter games because I sucked at them big time. I couldn't shoot for the life of me, but Destiny, the way they tailored it, it made it easy enough. And one of the big differences between D1 and D2 is where D2 you get unlimited ammo for your primary now. D1 not a chance. You had to collect ammo for all three of your weapons.
Didn't you say you missed the ammo crates the other day?
Yes. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
But at one point, the ammo dropped. Because for a while, it was the same way with a Marathon when it first came out. You had to conserve and be strategic with it because you could run out very easily. Whereas towards the end of D1, it dropped often enough that you didn't really have to worry too much, or at least for the primary. But I know what you're talking about as far as the strategy goes, and there was no healing wells, none of that stuff. So you had to...
No, you could self-revive. You were fine.
Right. So you had to take care of yourself. Perfect example was the twin Cabal brothers or whatever the name was.
Yes. Yep. They were in the Dreadnought.
Yeah. That was fun. Because each one played differently, and you had to jump from one to the other in order to beat it.
Let's see if this rings a bell. And maybe, Sean, I'm wondering if this is why you might like Destiny now and Marathon.
Yeah.
Because in D1, and this is comparing it to Marathon because it's generally about the same thing too, is there's a lot of mystery. D1 had its lore and its grimoire cards and things like that, but that's what they were. They were cards. They lived in a system that was outside of the game, and you had to access it in a different way to be able to actually get the story.
Right.
So besides, that was a big contention
Interesting.
point before.
No, and the
And
reason
it's literally cards. It
Yeah.
was just like little blurbs and things like that.
The
But it was
reason-
cool because it had detailed pictures. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. The only reason that's shocking to me is because D2 is so lore heavy and like a storytelling, laying it out for the player. The story is confusing as fuck, but
Yeah.
it's not. But it's at least laid out That's very interesting.
The
Yeah.
D2 grimoire is supplementary for the story now, whereas with D1 it was the primary. It was how you got the story delivered besides the cutscenes and running the quests and having to listen to the people talk. You got a lot of the actual story from like the House of Wolves DLC and things like that through reading the grimoire cards that you earn in game. So that was one of the biggest issues with D1 is just not being able to get the full story and completely understand what's going on because it wasn't in the game. You earned it and it went outside of it.
I would have to differ on that. Like, yeah,
like
the
that?
the grimoire cards. I don't disagree that the grimoire cards was a good chunk of the story, but if you didn't collect the grimoire cards and you did the story, you understood enough that you didn't really. It was okay if you didn't collect the grimoire cards. It was an addition too, but it's, in my opinion, it wasn't needed. Whereas Marathon, the entire story is basically grimoire their version of the grimoire cards.
Okay, agree to disagree. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But whether it's detrimental or it's helpful for G1, for that case, it added to the mystery of the game itself because you weren't fully sure what was going on. You were still piecing it together, which makes sense because your Guardian, you just got resurrected. You have no idea what's going on for the past couple hundred years or so.
Right.
So you're learning it as you are literally experiencing it and figuring things out.
Right.
But there was always something like a layer deeper and then a layer deeper from that because there was these stack systems and caste systems and characters and political factions and shit like that.
Right.
That stuff's not in the game. You didn't experience any of that. You get pieces like with the factions talking because, I mean, do you remember anything about the I think it's Cormorant, one of those factions?
I don't even remember the name. I just know that,
That
there
was
were
a
factions.
That was a faction that you couldn't join, but it was alongside the three that we had. But they tried to stage a coup within the city and take over, but that was squashed by, I think, some Guardians and the rest of the other factions because they wanted to rule the city, whereas the other folks wanted to have like some sort of democracy rather than an autocracy. Nowhere in the game, nowhere discussed. But it's important because that's how we got to where we are now and some of the interactions that go on. That's all grimoire stuff that you had to go and read and find it somewhere other place.
Right.
Whereas D2 now, it's just, here it is, play the game, you get more story as to what's going on while you're doing these things.
Yeah.
It's a lot more clear cut. But I think that I like the mystery aspect because Sean, I don't know if you're the same way as me, but with Marathon, I would like more of the story outward rather than having to get it small. It's like small piecemeal pieces and not enough to really explain anything. But I like doing that because I like the world and I like to see as it's building and going, or what's going on.
So it's funny, and I was talking with it was actually so on my trip, my colleague, the one who actually plays Destiny, like he's in the same boat as you, and he goes, "You're more of a single player story guy," and I am. Like, if I'm gonna get immersed, to be fair, my immersion in Marathon solely relies on the fact that I'm playing with you guys. Like, there isn't enough going on story wise that is it like I could use a little more story. The way you're describing Destiny 1 is actually sounds ideal because there are cutscenes that kind of explain what are happening. There are, there are probably smaller than Destiny 2, but there are probably still lore dumps. Whereas like if you don't read up and go into the like intricate details of the previous Marathon games, if you were just dropped in, right? And I said to you, "What's a compiler?" You'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's the boss in Cryo." Not like the history of compilers. Are they aliens?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but where are they from? I don't fucking know. They're just some weird thing that floats around, you know?
They're from the Yarrow planet because they were enslaved by the Yarrow.
Right, because you looked into the lore, and I think that's the thing is, I think that people's reticence about handling Marathon is the previous games themselves were like all info dumps. Like, that's what it was. And then
It
this
was
comes
very rich in lore and history, and like they did great with the world building just through text alone.
right.
And I think that's what Bungie's really known for is their stories, which is why when D1 came out and you got your stories from these little cards that were only blurbs and outside the game, it took away from a lot of the mystique that they were known for.
Sure. I mean, and again, forgive me because I never owned an Xbox. The Halo, the Bungie iteration of Halo, was it similar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very similar. Well, I say very similar, but like a lot of their supplemental material were books, and it wasn't necessarily written by them. It was other authors with licenses from them to include the characters and stuff.
Right.
Halo itself told the story within the games. The games themselves were fully encapsulated stories that played into the bigger part of whatever was going on in the Halo universe. That's why we got a solid trilogy in 1, 2, and 3. You knew
Right.
what was going on, who the players were, and why. And even though the mysteries were there, they got like there was enough information there that as you played it, it made sense. You understood why they did what they did, what their reasoning, same thing, reasonings for it was, what happened afterwards, and why it's a bad idea now, without spoiling spoiling a 25-year-old game.
Yeah. What if I picked it up? I hear it's coming out on PlayStation now. Which is,
It is out on PlayStation.
which is so fucking weird.
Wait, an Xbox game is on a PlayStation? What year is it?
Wait, you're telling me the guys that made Crash Bandicoot are now owned by Xbox? And Bungie somehow owned by Sony?
There's a lot of weird shit like that now.
Yeah. Next you're going to tell me that Sonic and Mario both appear in one game.
You mean that Mario and Sonic can race in the Olympics and still maintain pace?
But wasn't that around even like? Didn't that happen back in Genesis days too, though, or not too long after that?
No,
No,
man.
it was
Nintendo
good.
and Sega did not join forces until in the late 2000s.
Yeah. It was
Really?
GameCube, I think, right?
Yep, GameCube had Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2 come out on it.
Right.
Yeah.
And those were Dreamcast games.
And then after that, like, I think it might have been the Olympic ones, but, like, Sonic and Mario did not share a space.
Yeah, I
For
think
a
the
long
Olympics games came first, and then Sonic was in Super Smash Brothers, and
Right.
now here we are. Although,
Right.
funny enough, their camaraderie, you don't see Mario in the Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed or whatever.
No. Which is funny because they made that game as a direct answer to Mario Kart.
Yeah. Where'd we go? We got off track.
Okay, so what you're saying is in Destiny, the Halo Master Chief guy fights Sonic the Hedgehog, and then Mario picks up the pieces. Okay. All right, I'm on board.
Sure.
I mean, that's marginally less crazy than the actual story.
Yeah. What's also interesting is that in D1, there was no clear bad guy, if that makes sense. The
Right.
whole witness and it being the enemy of the traveler and the veil and all this other stuff was not settled before. There was inklings of a story of some sort because they had a story rewrite at least 2 or 3 different times, and they had to bring in, was it Joe Staten, who worked on Halo previously and went off to do something. They brought him in to help piece the story back together to make it make some sort of cohesive sense for D1 before
Right.
they moved on to actually setting up shit for D2, which is great. It worked out. We got some sort of idea, but there was not an established big bad. There was not a through line for the story or anything. We just had, hey, the Vex are simulating paracausal energy. We need to stop them.
Right.
And that's part of where we got that infamous line of, I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain.
Which, by the way, like,
That's one of those things.
I'm going to actually go back to my Patreon because this is something that the latest video, which you can't see unless you actually do Sir Superhero, unless the last video we put, and this is going to be his last Destiny video, is Telesto the Besto.
Oh, boy.
And basically he goes over, like, I wanted to bring that, I wanted to just type in Telesto to you guys, because he goes over the history of bugs.
Telesto is the main reason why there's bugs, or at least people would believe it.
That's very
That gun, man. That gun's a lot of fun in the game, but man, did it cause problems.
Oh fuck yeah.
It's so funny. Like, I was just watching it and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, what is it? They had 43 bug fixes or something?
Just for that one alone. And
Right.
it seemed like there was new ones to test every week, and it broke something else.
Wasn't there a thing where, like, if you, because they removed Telesto from the game, but if you had it equipped when they removed it, all of your guns were Telesto. So you could have a bow and arrow Telesto gun.
It broke a lot of stuff. And what's cute is, in Bungie fashion, when that broke the game as bad as it did, they turned it into a mini event too.
Yeah.
Where it was easy to get Telesto. You got to play with the new fixes and stuff. You got an emblem for it and some other things. Plus, they had like social media posts on X or Twitter or whatever, and it had like glitchy text and stuff. But it was like Telesto talking to you and shit like that. It was goofy, but that's typical Bungie stuff.
It was funny because when he put it, when he was talking about what that specific era, he was like, some people were pissed off, but even he was like, I thought it was charming, and I really, really enjoyed it.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
We have mentioned this before. Well, I have.
Yeah.
I can't remember if you were playing during the time, Mike, but the Prometheus lens, the solar trace rifle, that's the exotic. That was the laser tag weekend.
Okay, I was thinking about that. I didn't. I wasn't there for that, but I remember you and Brian talking about it, and then watching videos afterwards of it. So
they threw out an exotic called Prometheus lens. It was a solar trace rifle, and even though they did testing and everything, when they put it out, the damage was cranked way up. So the lens the light nearly touches you, and you would get instantly killed. So PvP became a laser tag event all weekend long, and Bungie didn't take it out. They didn't lock the gun. They're like, okay, we're going to make it easy for everyone to get. You guys go play laser tag, have fun. We'll fix it on Tuesday.
All right. So, getting back to Destiny, what is your experience? Like, how did you get into it? Did you just see it and were like, hey, let's...
It's Bungie.
Oh, right. Because you were into Halo and you're an Xbox guy. What are your thoughts on, like... Because, again, you've been with Bungie since the beginning, so you've seen it go through, like, being kind of an Xbox studio, but not really, to then being, owned... Was it owned by Activision?
They did something similar with Xbox. So Bungie's done this a couple times throughout the years, where they are a self-published company, or self-owned company, and they publish through their partners. They had a deal with Xbox because they signed the licensing agreement with them for Halo and Master Chief and all that stuff to be an Xbox brand. That's why it was locked behind the Xbox, whatever, for a long time. And they bought themselves out of the rest of their contract, I believe it was, for the Halo licensing, so they can move on to making something else, which is where we got Destiny. They were working on that at the end of ODST and Reach, I believe it was. And that was going to be their next game. And to get funding, they did a similar deal with Activision, but the Activision had a lot of control, and they were stepping on toes at Bungie that they didn't like, so they ended up pushing to fight to get out of their contract, which they did, and everybody cheered, including the community and shit like that. And then they turned around and partnered with Sony to make sure that they stay afloat while they're making D2.
Cool.
So there you go.
So, and like...
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Do you... And again, because I think the through line for the eventual demise of Destiny, like, one of the main things I keep hearing is, like, corporate mismanagement. Like, some of it through Bungie,
Are we talking about Bungie, or are we talking about Destiny? Because, yes, there is that, and that can be a whole thing that we could talk about and get into, but I asked that because do you want to talk about Bungie the studio, or do you want to talk about the game?
It's up to you. What do you how do you think that affected the game?
We got to where we are now. Some of the decisions that are being made in Marathon are some of the lasting effects of corporate mismanagement from before. I think they tried to right the ship a little too late with things and didn't listen until it was too late. And even when they listened, it wasn't the people who should be listening. It was the people underneath them that were pushing them to listen.
What, again, because forgive me, literally I started playing this after the game got canceled. So my question to you is, I'm brand new. what were the good parts of Destiny? And we'll say Destiny and Destiny 2.
Oh, there's so many. There are so many good things about
What-
Destiny, man.
But what were the good things that were eventually ruined by, you know, executive changes and whatnot?
When things felt like they were actually in a good place, or that they were, what's the right word I'm thinking of? Like the sandbox felt like it was tuned correctly, or weapons were in a good place because they felt like they were actually doing what they were supposed to at the right ranges. The game itself was running. Matchmaking wasn't going slow. We weren't getting crashes all the time. There was a handful of fixes that came with some of the seasons, and it worked great. The sandbox itself felt fun. It felt fair. You were getting things done. You were making friends, doing whatever. But because corporate wanted things a specific way or had to push money, like the store, because the Eververse store has been a constant battle between like the community and Bungie itself.
Yep.
But it's just the monetization of things, the weird ass choices to add, like, just weird. It felt like trials sometimes, where they were just like, "This sounds like fun. Let's put this in a season and see how it works." And then if it doesn't work, they'll maybe make a change or hold off and do something else or whatever. But it felt a lot like those changes to the game systems were ones that they were either testing, or they didn't hear the community when they say it wasn't fun, it wasn't working, or it was missing the mark on what was expected. But because it came from on high, the people who were actually listening to the community were trying to get the right message through, and it didn't matter.
Right. Do you think, what is like the prime example? What is the example of something that was fun at the beginning and then went away and became kind of a grind?
I think when they at least for me, it was when they revised the gear system for the Fate Saga.
When they changed from it being like strength and dex and what is it, intellect and whatever else, like those, into the new ones where it's just like it's health and grenade and super and shit like that, and those can go over 200 now instead of just being base 100.
Right.
And then all the modifiers and stuff you can add on top of that.
Right, and then they reset all the stats of the actual items themselves and the tiers and all that, and things aren't working the way they used to.
That, you're right, that is a big one, and I remember the community being upset about that because it basically made what you had obsolete, because now you've got newer, better things. So the stuff that you have is going to be okay, it'll get you through it, but if you get the newer version of that, it's going to be even better. So you just basically had to regrind the stuff.
Right, and then where, like, at that point, because at that point I think I was, when I jumped in, it was towards the end of the Witch Queen, so I went through the whole Witch Queen, Lightfall, wow, I'm blanking. What was the one right after Lightfall?
Final Shape?
Final Shape, yes.
No, yes, no.
Expansion, yes. After Lightfall was
Right, because
Final Shape.
Lightfall was Strand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going through all those, grinding, doing all that stuff to get to where we were. And I could only imagine what, like, for example, what you and Brian were going through at that point, where you guys have been through from the very beginning to have that reset. But even then, like, for me, it happened. I was disappointed twice. I want to say the first time my disappointment was the switch from Witch Queen to Lightfall. Lightfall was fun, don't get me wrong. But the stark difference of the story that you got and how long you could play in Witch Queen versus Lightfall.
They truncated Lightfall, remember that? They basically split it up. Lightfall was just like an interim story, and I believe that was the DLC where you can take the very first cutscene and the very last cutscene and put them together, and it's just basically you don't skip a beat.
Right.
They just like cut them in half, threw something in the middle just to pad the time
Right.
to get us to the final shape.
Which was bullshit, to be honest.
Yes. How about when Luke Smith introduced the Destiny Content Vault? That was a huge misstep, I think. It was ultimately a business decision so that way the game could stay small and lean and be able to run on consoles and shit like that. However, you're still losing part of the game that you bought, especially the Red War, when that's what got people into your doors
Right.
to begin with. When you're paying $60 for a game, you get that game, and then they turn around and say, we got to make space for new stuff, and take away that game that you essentially bought just to give you this new stuff. Do you still own the game? Is it
Well-
still the same game that you bought?
Right.
and-
It's
And I guess my question on that is too is the stuff that they took away, the new stuff that they added, you still had to pay for, right?
yes.
So
Yes
you're,
and no. Yes and no. Yes and no. The game went free to play. You got your introductory stuff. You could still learn certain weapons and certain armor and things like that before. But to get the dungeon packs, I believe it was to get the raids and like some other exotic weapons and things like that. Yes, you had to pay into the service or get it.
That's
You
wild.
you had to pay for the expansion. If you wanted the story going forward, you had to pay for the expansions.
But that's how free to play games make money.
Right, but you already
had-
bought the game initially, so it ain't free to play for you, man.
Yeah.
And like for me, the thing that makes me furious for you two guys, all of the expansions, everything that I have, I didn't pay a fucking dime for. Like
Yeah.
that was just free.
But in my opinion, you can't do the most fun part of them because you need the dungeon keys.
Oh, oh man.
You want to pay $60 for those? Buy a whole new game?
No, actually, it's on sale. If you buy all three together, you get it for $45 for a game that's no longer
That's
being
not
serviced. I mean, I get so, and I'm sorry.
Hang
We
on.
inter-
It's
hold
being
on, hold on,
serviced.
hold on.
It's
We
being,
interrupted
it's
Mike.
being serviced.
What were you saying, Mike?
No. What I was gonna say was, and the irony about that whole situation with the vaulting, which not only pisses me off, but also gets me excited now, is fucking Project Sunrise.
Okay.
Because where the whole where
Can
they
you
even
explain
went to,
what Project Sunrise is, please?
all right. So for people that aren't aware of what Project Sunrise is, it's basically somebody that a person that on their own created an offline version of the game using an older iteration of it to be able to explore. Took it offline and to be able to explore old areas that basically were vaulted, proving that those areas are still there.
Where are they, though, is my question. Are they using old files that they had that never got rid of that stuff or updated so that way they had
Correct.
it on their machine?
Correct. So, like,
Right.
the way I looked at it was, and again, because I watched the video you sent, it looks
Yeah.
like it's running an old build of the game because the vaulting system, and that when they added vaulting, the vaulting that they added was a retroactive thing that cut that content.
Right. And the vault, and it's still available technically, because the actual worlds, from my understanding, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but my understanding, the worlds themselves are saved on your system, whereas what's actually part of the server or the cloud or whatever system that they're using, are the spawns, the story, stuff like that. That's what's saved on the on the server. The actual worlds are on the system. So he was able to bring back that so people could be able to explore on their own.
Interesting.
That being said, I just found out today that other people using that using that build that he provided to make it accessible brought back other features in the game. They brought back the ornaments, the weapons, the armors, stuff like that. You still can't access stories or missions or anything like that. But somebody else had brought back a system where you can force spawn the enemies for that area. So essentially, and even people have gone so far as to modding certain weapons to look like other things. For God's sakes, I saw somebody mod a sword to look like the diamond sword from Minecraft. So the fact that people are able to do this, and Project Sunrise has not been around for that long that I'm aware of. People are able to do this on their own. Leads me to believe that Bungie or Sony or whoever were full of shit when they said this stuff isn't available.
So
Especially-
here's the thing that I understand when it comes to certain games that live on your side, whether you are a client or you are just patching through.
Right.
Think of Destiny as the basic information. I understand them having the worlds and the information for those worlds, your character information and stuff like that. And that is only going to be so big, so that way it can talk to the Destiny servers. They'll get information back saying, here's what version we're using, here's the rules that we're using for these worlds, etc., etc.
Right.
And you log in, and that's the rules that are applied to your session.
Right. Which I get. That's fine. But at the same time, the way these people are doing it, they're creating that information on their own so that people can access it. What's to eventually stop people? One of the ideas that I heard somebody talk about is essentially it's giving the building blocks that people could have essentially not only try to bring back the story ideally, but they
Where
could
does that
create
live?
they could create their own strikes, their own missions, stuff like that.
See, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they would have to go through the whole process of, like, making the mechanics and crap like that, too. 'Cause that
Right.
sounds like a lot.
Do you think that there would ever be a cease and desist on that?
That's the thing. Sony and Bungie haven't said shit yet.
So that might be a part where they butt heads, too, because Sony might want them to lock it down so that way nothing happens, but Bungie has always been community forward and all for this kind of thing, so long as
Right.
they're not using it to make money or anything like that.
Right.
Right. Nope. I mean, I don't see Sony, like, I know that Sony has, like, a very draconian policy on, like, modding and all that shit, but again, what you're
They ain't got
downloading
nothing on Nintendo.
Oh, dude. But what I'm saying is to actually run this, you actually have to. You can't do it like on a console. You have to, or you'd have to do it on a jailbroken console. But
Yeah.
you can do it on your. No, actually, you can't because you need to have like the Steam version of the game installed, and then you have to like run like an exe to roll it back to a previous version, and then you have to point the thing not to the Bungie server, but to like this other to your own internal device. It's a whole thing, but like it's cool, man. And honest question, because again, I don't know. Right now, if I wanted to play Destiny 1, can I?
Yes.
You can. There's
I'm sorry, on
caveat.
Sunrise, no, but on
No.
the game, like on...
Yeah, if I bought it on PlayStation today and said, "Hey, I want to
free to
play,"
play.
That's the caveat. I don't think it's available. If you got it previously, I believe it's no longer available if you didn't have it. But if you previously bought it or downloaded it when it became free to play, yes.
okay, let me take
I
a
don't
look.
remember it ever going away. Because there are people who talk about downloading it and trying it because they tried D2.
Oh
I
no,
haven't
it
had to
actually.
re-download it to check, so I don't know.
Oh no, actually no. It's you can't really see because
It's available.
right,
You can
but-
get it.
Yeah, it's $19. Okay.
Oh, it's nothing. I would argue that's actually pretty good considering all the stuff that you can get for it. But
Now, is
if you're really
19
gonna
just
dive
the
into
base, or is
Destiny,
it the
just do
whole thing?
D2.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
No, I was gonna say, is that $19 just the base game, or is that all the expansions up until D1's Monument of Triumph?
Okay, so it is what this includes. This $19 gives you Destiny, Expansion 1, The Dark Below, Expansion 2, The House of Wolves, The Taken King, Rise of Iron, and a level 40 character boost.
Worth it.
Uh huh. So
Worth
you're telling me we may actually
Have a reason to go back to D1? Yeah, sure.
and
I'll
the
go
three
back
of
to
us
the
could
character.
run. Yes. Let's do it.
Dude, we're just gonna add that to the list. We've got that. We've got Baldur's Gate 3. We're playing
Oh, I know.
Absalom, trying to finish that. We talked about making a house for Sean to join us on Stardew. Got so many irons in the fire right now.
I know. That's just like the problem about being old is that you never have enough time to actually play the games that you want to play. The funny thing for me, yeah, go on.
No, you talk. I'm gonna
You
stand
got
up on my
very
soapbox in a minute.
You
No.
got very excited, friend. Go.
That's why I said you go first. I'll get there.
I'm going to go on a wild tangent, so you go first.
No. You first, please.
Okay.
I'm just
So-
gonna start talking about D2 again.
No, so like from my experience, like first of all, like again, I'm a fucking newbie into this. I got into this because I was playing Marathon with you guys, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I have it, and you guys were like, we'll jump back in, and dude, this is something I'm legitimately curious about. Mike, you said you started with, and I'm so sorry because my brain is, I have the brain fog from the COVID.
Right.
You started on D2 or D1?
I started D1 when it first came out.
Okay.
I think it was like a year in is when I got into D1.
Okay.
Right, and D2 you dropped after what was it?
I think
Was
at
it right
D2
after the Red War?
I want to say yes. It wasn't very long after D2 was announced. Like I got in. I was able to port my character over from D1 to D2, play it for a little bit. And I think it was like the first campaign or whatever. And then I dropped off after our kids were born.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like, why did you draw? Oh, right, because you had a family.
Yes, lack of sleep will do that to you.
Yeah. The reason, because I'm just gonna go on a tangent. Like, this game's mechanics, the level of intricacy that you can go into, it is fucking bonkers. I am a relatively smart person. I think that I'm pretty okay. Like, you know, I can tie my shoes. You know, that's all we can hope for.
Yeah.
I have no fucking idea how to do anything. Folks, if you are listening and when we play together, last night, these two guys did a dungeon, right? And I started doing some solo missions that were easy. Like it says right in the description, very easy. And I got stuck for 15 minutes because I had no fucking idea where to go.
Oh yeah. He's trying to find that fallen captain.
Oh my god. And then like and then I was like, oh, you have to like flick on and off your guardian and then it'll give you a little marker. I'm more used to having a persistent like location. But that doesn't even go into like the gear. Like there's for each gun you can go in and set so much shit. Like I didn't know.
Oh, it's worse than just that. Like, you have a gun, and the gun has stats, but that gun also has different levels from, like, 1 to 5. 3 is your base that you normally get.
I
Up
found
to
that out
5 will give
yesterday.
you more attributes and columns.
Yeah. I found that out
And that's not-
yesterday.
And that's not even counting the Masterworks.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that, man? Why would you do
When you
that to
upgrade
me?
your gun all the way to the top level.
Why would you make me feel this way?
And
Why would you
and,
make me sad?
and to add insult to injury, you could have two of the same weapons, and they could be completely different fucking stats.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing that threw me was, like, what is it, infusing? And I was like, why is it saying that my power level's too low? And you were like, you had to be like, no, sweet summer child. The weapon that you're trying to do. Then I'm like, but then what do you do with the shitty weapons that you have? And you're like, dismantle them. Or vault them. And I'm like, how do you vault them? I have no idea. It is so... That's the thing that, like... I can imagine being a new player. You come into Destiny 2, like with like me right now. You're seeing it online. You're like, hey, let's do this. If I didn't have you two guys, I would have jumped on, been like, oh, this game is absolutely beautiful. The gun mechanics are really, really nice. And then had no fucking idea what to do next. Like, it was insane. Marathon, I'll give it this. The story beats are very, very, like, very minimal. But it is easy. Like, you get it. I mean, there's granular details you can get into. You can, feed your worm. You can sell shit, whatever.
That's a great out of context quote. You gotta feed the worm.
You gotta feed that motherfucking worm. Like, people who know, like, I'm just sitting here, I'm like, your game sounds crazy. By the way, feed the worm.
Feed your worm named Nona who loves you and tells you that she wants to take care of you.
Yeah,
That's a guy for you.
By the way, you can buy, like, a little plushy worm.
Yes, I do, and I was waiting for it to
Excuse
come
me?
back into stock, but I'm gonna try not to buy it.
I know.
Oh my
You can
God.
you
I
can
want
buy
a
a
shirt.
worm.
I think the shirts are really cool.
I would want the worm, man. It'd be nice to just pet it and be like, you. And, like, here's the thing. It sucks because
This is my worm, and my worm is me.
But yeah, like, the mechanics are wildly complex, and that doesn't even hold a candle to the fucking story. It's a 12-year-old game, right? Like, the series itself is 12 years old.
Older.
Sure. Like, it's
99. I think 98.
Wait, really?
Marathon, yeah.
No, I'm talking about
No, Destiny.
Oh, sorry. You said
I just
Marathon, so I was stuck on
like,
that.
I was like, motherfucker, are you fucking kidding me? There's more games out there? Like, Jesus Christ.
Bungie does have more games.
Oh, I know.
Like, you
And
guys should check out Myth and Myth 2.
I read a little bit about that. And what's the one?
Pathways into Darkness.
Thank you. I was like,
You're welcome.
The minute I said, like, you were like, yeah, I know. Like, the thing about Destiny is, like, it is massively intimidating. When I got on, I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. I have a gun. I can go shoot people. Like, and again, I've seen first-person shooters that are RPG style. Like, I bought freaking Cyberpunk, and I'm like, okay, there's
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. So I bought that, and like the RPG mechanics in that are relatively like mundane, less than I would have wanted, but still enough where there's some level progression. You can do some cool stuff with your build, and fine.
I think Cyberpunk nailed the progression being necessary, but not being ridiculous. Like, you're not OP. You can't just go blasting through shit with the upgraded stuff.
Yeah,
you can still get put down. It's not like you're walking invulnerable tank, which I appreciate about Cyberpunk. It fits within the RPG aspect of the game.
By the way,
Isn't that also? No, sorry. No, I was gonna say, isn't that what's also a difference between D1 and D2, where D1 the enemies tend to scale, where D2 doesn't really?
So D1 actually was the scaling one that went over your level and made you actually have to fight harder. D2, they simplified a lot of it and gave you too many healing mechanics.
Right.
There's healing mechanics in this game?
Okay. Do you not remember when we played and I said, come here, let me throw my grenade at you so I can heal you?
No, I remember.
Or if your health gets low.
And and my character casts a giant circle that heals
you. Use to heal. There's a lot of shit.
Uh-huh. Hell, one of my abilities is to create a ring around us that if you're in the area, it heals you. And one of the side effects of that healing well is it gives you a little sprite that's basically a mini turret for you.
Mm-hmm. Then there's orbs of power you can pick up that your armor that your armor makes heal you. There are fire sprites you can pick up that institute healing, depending on if you have fragments on your subclass. There's a lot of fucking menus and systems.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, unless you were like fucking
D2 grew to that, though. To be fair, it didn't start off that way. It grew to be what it is now with the complexity.
And this has always been my reticence to start like an MMO or anything like that. Is that unless you start at the fucking beginning, when you start later, there's no easy way for someone like me to just jump in. Like, I don't even know how to. Again, I've been playing video games since I was 6. That was 35, 36 fucking years ago.
Come on, math.
Yeah, dude, I've been playing video games. How old are you, Mike?
Turn 35 this year.
Cool. I've been playing video games longer than you've been alive. right? And I legitimately sound like a grandparent. Like, what do I do with
Now,
this paddle?
in defense of you, that was always Destiny's problem, was onboarding new players, because there was so much shit that they had to throw at you at once just to get your feet underneath you.
Right.
And even doing that, there was no easy way to walk into it, and the attempts that they made was... I'm not saying that their effort was minimal,
Yeah.
but it did a minimal amount of effort to get you into it and understand the systems to be actually able to enjoy the game.
Right.
You needed somebody to help you play alongside you to explain what each thing was.
Right.
Right.
Now,
Which is-
again, Mike. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say I agree entirely with Adam. Is basically what helped get me back into it. Because if it wasn't for Adam, there was no way in hell I was gonna get back into the game on my own.
That's what
Mike
I
was
gonna
in
ask you.
your seat now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you that because, like, this span, because it's not like you're a new player to Destiny. You played the
Right.
first game,
Right.
but the vast difference, even from when you started till where you're at now, it's like, holy fucking shit. And for me,
Oh fuck yeah!
what? I don't even know how to get one of these fucking surfboards. I want a surfboard.
Talk to Zur.
I don't know
Or
who
go to
that
the
is.
Monument of
man.
Triumph.
Like,
That's the robe dude with the tentacle face.
okay, which one?
I love that. It's just like, okay, and
Cool.
more, please.
Yeah, you have to be a
Oh
little
my
more
God.
specific.
My audio is spiking hard.
As
Like-
counterintuitive as this may be, your best bet if you're going to be on your own and not have somebody like helping you is get D1, start from the beginning, because they
I disagree.
Let him finish. Let the man.
yeah,
The man.
that's what I gotta say.
Hey.
I disagree.
At least D1 it gives you enough of the story where you're like going through the progression. I don't know how it is now. I'm sure. I hope it's not different from how D1 originally started, but at least it got you through and showed you enough that you understand somewhat what's going on. Whereas when they tried to port over the story of D1 into D2, it's a very abridged version of it. Just to say, hey, this is what the basic story is, this is the basic mechanics. We're throwing you to the wolves, figure it out for your fucking self.
The House
Now-
of Wolves.
Go ahead, Adam. Your turn.
I was just saying, if like you want to start Destiny, D2 is fine.
Yeah.
Even with all the stuff being complicated and too many things being thrown at you at once, you can
Right.
still pick up any of the story beats that they have and just do that from the beginning. Because while you're not going to get the entire story, you will at least be able to accomplish that story. You'll understand what's going on in that part. But while you're accomplishing it, you're learning the systems, you're getting new armor. They're going to teach you about infusing because it happens with the little menu, like with new features and stuff that your account has not experienced. It gives you a little tooltip pop-up that says, hey, you can do this with this thing, or this is what this is for. So doing those systems will help you get your feet wet with the new systems and stuff, and you'll start
Right.
learning about the universe.
What? Bro, I had a fucking aneurysm trying to figure out how to change my gun.
You just press triangle.
You press triangle, man. It, like again, I think the thing is with the gift of hindsight. Like for me, like again, I've played complex fucking games, man. Like I played 90% of the fucking Final Fantasies that have been out. Those are complete nonsense. But like from a story perspective, and from a mechanics perspective, like this is the first game that I've ever been involved in where there are points where I'm like, this sounds ridiculous. I
Right.
am a nerd from a degree. At a point, we were talking the other day about like playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I remember playing Advanced Dungeons and Dragons that came out in like 1982 because my buddy was like, "That's a cooler version than the new one that's out now," and rock on, man. Like I go all the way back, and I'm like, dude, you sound like a crazy person.
You're not wrong.
Killing Sean.
I'm dying, man. I'm freaking dying.
Okay. I would like us to take a minute, take a deep breath, settle down, and let's talk a little bit about the good things that D2 did and what we like. I will say Sean, how about you talk about what you've gotten from the stories that you enjoy, because you have mentioned things that you like. You have told me about parts that
I will be honest with you. It actually is a really fun game. The thing that's weird about it is when I'm like, all of this is nonsense. Character development, the characters themselves, like Cade.
Yeah.
I don't have a history.
I hate that you missed out on the actual character development. To watch them go through their arcs and change as characters, that was, I mean, it's a video game, so you do only as much as you can. But they did what they could with what they had very well.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, Bungie. I mean, again, I'm watching lore videos and stuff, but like the intricacies and the detail that they go into in this overarching story, it's insane. The creation story is insane, but insanely good and enthralling, and you get into it and you're like, this is cool. The game itself, this is an old fucking game, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful, like to a degree where, like Marathon, I play that, and that is also a beautiful game, and I'm like, this looks like dog shit, you know? And again, because it's Bungie, and again, my history is limited, but gunplay is good. It feels nice. The guns are cool. The level of customization is fantastic. I feel bad that I'm getting into it at this point. Like, if I had known you guys back when this came out, like, and I mean, I knew you, but like, I wasn't really super into like online gaming and all that shit. I would have loved to gone through this with you, because I think that this game, more than Marathon, from a story perspective, the story in this needs to be experienced by multiple people that at the same time, so you can be like, holy shit, did you see that?
Yeah. I think the fact that the community is so big and so entwined with each other, the fact that one of the YouTubers that I do like, or social media influencers that I like, is it's a dad and daughter duo where they're playing with each other on Destiny, to the point that the daughter is running raids with him and his friends, and she's actually doing pretty damn good. And like, when I mean little girl, I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, Adam, but they're like Amelia and Sawyer's age. Playing
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't remember. I don't know their names. I wish I did. But the fact that like I see clips of them doing that, and he gets excited that she does some nuts shit that you wouldn't expect a kid that little to do that, and they get into it. That is fucking amazing. That is what I would love to be able to do with our kids.
And Dado just retired from making Destiny-related content too, because it's done. He's done with Destiny. There's not much more he can do about it. So he's like, I'm all done. So we're seeing an exodus of content creators too. But that's another big thing, is that there was a lot of content creators that made themselves for what they are through Destiny. Bife alone, he was super into the lore, like a lot of people in the community, and he took it really seriously, and it's become a whole thing now.
Man.
But
anyway, D2.
But all this is D2. That's the thing. D2 isn't just story. It isn't just shooting. It's everything at this point. We by extension, us getting as close as we have in Marathon is essentially because of Destiny. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be back in Destiny. If it wasn't for my father-in-law, I wouldn't have been introduced to Destiny at all.
Which came first for us, the podcast or Destiny?
Destiny.
Was it?
I believe so.
I know No Man's Sky came up because that was one of the first things we played together. But I don't remember when Destiny came up.
Do we still have the link to the first set of notes?
We should.
I don't. Do you?
Let me look
Probably.
for it. I think I have it. 'Cause I keep everything.
set of notes?
Yes. Let me do
Where
this.
are my things?
Yeah.
Oh, Google. I will look for it later.
Yeah.
Was it even when D2 first came out and like the first thing that we were introduced to was the whole Red War thing? That was like when they actually figured out, I feel, what they were going to do with the game, sort of, because they I don't remember if you had beat the game or remembered anything about that, but it wasn't until the end of the boss fight and you get the cutscene that you finally see those pyramid ships way off on the edge of our galaxy get lit up, and then they light up, and then they start moving in towards the Sol system.
Right.
That was when we got like the actual world-ending threat, the main bad guy. But I feel like even then they didn't have it entirely fleshed out yet. They knew that the pyramid ships were the bad guy ships, but what were they going to be? And I don't know what the switchover was, but once we saw the actual witness and understood what was happening and why they were coming, I feel like that changed the story.
Yeah.
It became more of like understanding this person and why they're doing the things they are and where they came from, and we started getting backstory and history of the alien races and seeing more interactions with people and stuff, that the story started getting way more in depth, and in my opinion it became, if it's possible, it became more interesting. While I liked following the mysteries and learning about characters and seeing what they've done in their adventures and shit, it wasn't until we got these more in-depth looks at the characters and the way that they interact with the world around them and how it affects what's going around them that it got way more interesting. And I feel like that's why the community likes the game as much as they do. Bungie is nothing if not good at building stories and characters and making you care about these things.
I have to agree.
Besides the game being fun too. The game itself is fun. I like the dungeons. I like the raids too. I think those are cool. Don't get me wrong, but I think the dungeons are a lot more fun.
Right.
That's just me.
They are. At this point, like, strikes are easy. It's good to pass time. Dungeons are definitely a good way to go into it and
Test your skills.
Right, exactly.
You use your brain more than just shooting the guy in the thing.
Right.
Shooting the guy in the
It
thing.
is a puzzle at that point.
Yeah. Yes. And Bungie's good about those kind of mechanics too. Like, do you remember the complaints about how you get close to the boss, you get stomped away, or they get a shield when you get 1/3 of their health bar down? And people were complaining about those kind of mechanics because it was very dull and lame and not interesting when it comes to boss fights. And then you turn around and look at dungeons, like, well, we got all these different mechanics going on.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I mean, that's
Sean.
one thing that I was going to say. The dungeons, like the things, that's one of those ones where I'm like, I suppose it breaks up the monotony, but like,
Yes.
it's like hey, you need to take that ball of darkness and you need to throw it at this thing, and if you don't throw it at the right thing, the guy's shield doesn't come down. And I'm like, how the fuck do you know that?
Trial and error.
Trial and error, and just, have you ever walked, when you're playing a game, when you walk into like a different room of a game and you can very, very clearly see a puzzle is in this room that you have to solve or whatever, do you not have an innate sense of understanding what this puzzle is and what you have to do as soon as you look at it?
Sure, but I guess my question to you is, normally when I'm doing a puzzle, like let's say Legend of Zelda, okay? I know Zelda.
Uh-huh.
We all know Zelda. We did a whole podcast on it. When I get into a thing about Zelda, yeah,
She's up there with Link.
There you go. The thing is, when I walk into a puzzle in Zelda, I don't have 50 fucking people shooting me in the face. That's the thing that throws me off. There is so much going on that there are points where I'm like, I don't know what is happening. Like, it feel like I'm in a disco, man. Like, there's a lot happening at every given point, and the mechanics are so deep that sometimes I'm like, wait, I forgot how to punch. So I was throwing grenades at people. And again, I'm playing like an old guy, which I am, but I'm not that old. That's the thing that throws me off, dude. I'm like, wait. And like, so then we did that run, and there was like the light and dark. You shoot the guys, and if you shoot them when you're in shadow, the shadow things drop, and you take it, you put it on the thing, and you guys are like, we're doing this, and I'm like, I'm just trying to shoot people, man.
If it makes you feel better, for a while it was the same for me. Like at the beginning when I got back into it, Adam and Brian were basically doing what me and Adam do now, where they were communicating with each other as to what the mechanics were, what they were going to do, and basically their job for me was to kill as many enemies as I can and try to survive. And if I happen to die, not a big deal. We learned very quickly, hey, they come to revive me. Okay, they go down, I go to revive them if I can. Back and forth. And then you slowly pick up the mechanics and understand
as you go.
Right.
My De Niro face. Forget about it.
Let me put this back into like real world and game mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but what's cool to me about Destiny and Bungie 2 is that they very much ground their games in things that happen in real world physics and science. The things that go on that they explain that sounds like crazy words and shit are actual scientific things that happen in the universe on some sort of level. So while we're talking about the Guardians and their paracausal nature, when they're being shot at and things, they affect the world around them to make the bullets miss or to bend reality to suit their needs for things. It's how we generate the grenades and how we have Ghost revive us and how we have the abilities that we have.
I'm going to quote your superhero when he says, the magic system
Here we
in
go.
Destiny is basically when Guardians tell physics to go fuck itself.
Yes. Yes.
Basically.
That's a great way to put it. And
No.
that is what's happening.
I did, I remember because I was building the desk that I'm now sitting at, and I was watching one of his videos, and he started talking, it was the first one, and I remember you watching, and you were like, oh, so he's just going to recite the entire lore dump, and then he goes into, like, his own spiel.
Right.
But when he's talking about the lore dump, I'm like, wait, you're talking about Conway's Game of Life. And I literally texted you guys, I'm like, wait, Conway's Game of Life factors into this? And you were like, yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
cool. I knew that because, again, I was horrible in math growing up, hence the reason I went to school for English. So now I'm, like, super interested in learning it, so I'm, like, watching Numberphile. And I watched a video on that, like, 10 freaking years ago, and I was like, that's cool as hell. And they did, by the way, I sent you the link to that. Numberphile interviews John Conway about Conway's Game of Life right before he
shit,
died.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I gotta go watch that.
And he's like this grizzled old British mathematician. He's like, I know I made the Game of Life because I just wanted to do it. And like, it's super cool. Like, and I'm like, and then I love when something in fantasy, like sci fantasy, I love that genre because it's like marrying two things that I love, like complete and utter nonsense and real world like physics shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it didn't surprise me too much in Old Man's War than when they were putting consciousness in other bodies. I'm like, oh, it's Exos all over again.
Oh, and it's funny when you said that. By the way, Mike, if you're ever going to... The conceit of the entire book, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but that's why I keep saying to Adam, like, keep reading. Keep reading. Just keep reading. I think it's a 14-year-old book at this point. It's, like, super old. but it's
I
it's
think Bungie might have gotten some inspiration from it.
or the opposite. I mean, like Scalzi's a phenomenal author. I love that dude.
Right.
By the way, if you want a good recommendation, I haven't read it, but I've downloaded this sample and I read some of it. He has a book.
Yeah.
Normally, he does a lot more comedic shit, and he has a book called
Really?
Red. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Like much more comedic based sci-fi shit. And one of his books is called Red Shirts, and it's basically if you were on the Starship Enterprise and you were the guy who gets killed on away missions, what is
Yeah,
your
what gave
life?
it away?
Right. And like I think the conceit of that book is basically like everyone in command structure is completely insane, and you're just like, I just don't want to fucking die, man. He has one called the Kaiju Preservation Society, which is cool. Yeah, he has one that shit. It was
He's the opposite of Matt Dinniman, then, because have you read the Kaiju Battlefield Surgeon book?
no, is it like really?
Oh God, you come away from it going, who hurt you? What happened?
I mean, I think that
it's gnarly with its descriptions and gore, and it's fucked up.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard about Denman too. Like that was his genre for a long time, and then he got into this, and like he fucking hit it out the park. I'm curious to read some of his other stuff. I downloaded a sample of Operation Bounty House, which I wanted.
I've heard Bouncy House. It's Operation Bounce House.
Listen, okay, I have brain fog.
I like Bouncy
right?
House better.
Like, I'm curious to see what that is like. I love.
I've heard
reading.
good things about that one too, and I haven't read it yet. I've got it on Audible waiting.
By the way, we have completely derailed from Destiny.
I know. I got to get back to it. Ooh. Okay. So we talked about what we liked about D2, where they hit their strides and stuff like that. What are not mechanics related, but what are some things about the game? Let's focus on D2 since that's mainly what we're playing. What are some things about the game that you like? Whether it's specific characters, certain races, the races' backstories, how they design weapons, the weapon manufacturers, the armor manufacturers, shit like that. What do you like about the game and the universe? Mike, you first, since you're experienced. I'll let Sean think about it for a minute.
Going all the way back to, I think I have to go all the way back to D1, to be honest. It's the story, character-wise, and how they interact with each other.
Well, I know
And-
who your character is. You love Cade.
Oh, absolutely. But the fact that you had big-name actors playing these characters and imparting their own spin on them, like Nathan Fillion is Cade Six.
Yes.
Lance
I agree
Reddick
there.
is Zavala.
Fuck yeah, he is.
Yeah. So when we see these
So,
characters,
what about Ghost?
Peter Dinklage now. I love you, but no.
Dinklebot was fun while we had him, but what's his face is doing so much better.
Oh hell yeah.
Nolan North.
I want to say it's the first like mainstream game that we could at least for me anyways. It's the first mainstream game that could turn around and say, "Hey, it's okay to like video games and be part of the community, and it's not just like something that a celebrity's knocking on or whatever, and it's not a Madden game or it's not a Call of Duty game or anything like that."
And in Lance Reddick's case, he played it nightly
Oh hell
with
yeah.
people in the community.
That's fucking awesome. I already loved Lance Reddick, but I love that he, like, was
He
a fucking
loves Zavala
gamer.
as a character.
Yeah.
He was great. He would post videos of himself playing Destiny on his Instagram too, just for fun.
Didn't he? Wasn't he playing
He
up
was
until?
a tight main too, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. He was playing up until like the night before he died,
Yes,
didn't
he? Was. Yep.
Uh-oh. That's a
People
fucking
went and
shame.
checked his profile, and it was the night before that the shit got announced. So it's just like, fuck, man.
I'm actually going through Lance Reddick's filmography right now, and, like, he's been in so much cool shit.
Yeah. How about his Funny or Die skits?
I have not watched those.
Really?
Well,
No.
Dude,
You
the store
need to.
manager one? You gotta watch it. It's
that first
great.
came to mind.
It's great.
I love him for
gotta
doing that. That's how you know an actor isn't full of himself when they can do shit like that.
When they goof on themselves just for fun.
Oh fuck yeah!
I love an actor that, like, one that comes to mind is oh my god, Henry Cavill. Like,
Oh,
someone-
I
Yes.
love Henry
Oh.
Cavill because he's a
that
big fucking
guy.
nerd.
Yeah, he's the biggest nerd, and he's like, the thing that I love is, and to touch on your point, the thing I love about Cavill and somebody like Lance Reddick is that they take something that we have probably loved as children
Yeah,
and still love as an adult. And when we were, I mean, again, I'm sure we're all of similar ages.
yeah.
Things that you loved as a kid, when you grew up, normally those things
Right.
went away. When I became a man, that kind of a bullshit.
Yeah.
But when somebody of that level of success and, looks at lore that you loved and you've been like kind of quiet about and said, not only do I love this, I want to respect it. Cavill left friggin' Witcher because he's like, I don't like the story direction.
I appreciate the hell out of him for it.
Oh yeah. I mean, he didn't really leave Superman, but he approached that with a level of respect. He wants to
Right.
do a fucking Warcraft. I mean, I'm sorry,
Warhammer.
series at some point. Like,
I thought it was greenlit at Amazon, and he was one of the emperors or whatever in it.
I thought it was already in production.
It probably is. Again, I'm working on brain fog.
No, that's fine.
But like.
It's a new OS.
And I think that's something to touch on, was there was a point where, like, video games, saying you liked video games was basically saying that you were like a baby. Like, you were like...
Yeah.
And there was this progression where it went from being this kind of, like, childlike thing that, once you got past Final Fantasy VII, I remember kids in my high school playing Final Fantasy VII that were cool and were like, oh, okay, cool, this is a cool game now. But, like, playing Nintendo, like, if you went up and said, hey, I love Super Mario World, they'd be like, and, like, now it's, like, people are looking back on that stuff and being like, oh, this is, it's really influential. And something like Destiny, when they take, real distinguished actors, sorry, Peter Dinklage, even though you kind of sucked in that role,
Still a good get.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's still a good get. You still sign that guy on, and again, some people are going to phone it in regardless, but at the end of the day, if you bring somebody into a world and you do right by the fans, they will remember you as that person for the rest of their fucking lives.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Your point about how video games have changed from being a childlike thing to being widely accepted by everybody. There is a reason why the average age of a person who plays video games today is like 37 or 38.
Right. It's because we grew up with it.
We grew up with it. Yes. Thank you.
I mean, that's something I've asked a bunch on this podcast. As I'm not a parent, as you guys are, like, do your children see this? I mean, they do because they have you as parents, but
Right.
I wonder if there's other people, there are going to, people probably watch streams, they still watch Twitch, whatever, they do. Let's Plays probably aren't as big a thing anymore, but, like, speed runs, always popular, whatever.
Yep.
But I think the way that we consume video games, the way our age group does, right, is going to be vastly different from, like, people who are, the ages we were when we started. Because they're not going to...
Right.
Who knows? I don't know if they like story-based games. I don't know if they...
Think about when you first get into gaming, what the industry looked like and what games were popular. What we got in on were, like, side-scrolling platformers, whereas today it's mainly MMO games and trying to get you to stay on as long as you can. So the shit that you're building up in your brain while you're playing games is completely different.
Bro,
Right.
I was born in the year that video games died.
I think we've established this. It's your fault.
No, and like to be fair, like when I started playing video games, it was on an Atari 2600. That was my first foray into video games. Like
I almost bought one of those the other day at the place that I showed you, that big hall or the big room of old systems and shit.
Yeah.
There was a 2600 and a 5200, I think it was, or whatever.
Yeah.
Both Ataris. They had those, and I was like, oh, that's tempting.
I mean, you can buy. They have Atari released a system like 5 years ago that basically has all of their.
Wait,
games
that finally
on it.
came out?
I thought it did.
I'm okay. I gotta look into that. I remember it was just like not gaining traction, but they were still pushing along with it. Regardless, we again got way off track. Sean, what is something, or what are the things about Destiny that you like? Whether it's character, systems, gameplay, blah blah blah.
I mean, it's.
Is there any character that's grabbed you that you gravitated towards?
So right now, no, because there is so much. I think that's the inherent problem when you jump into a game that's been around for over a decade, that has had a steady progression of story beats, and you come in at the end. It's like watching, if somebody had never seen Star Wars, and let's say and I'm assuming they liked it. Again, I love Star Wars. Some people don't. Totally fine. Whatever you like. If you showed somebody Star Wars, the entire saga today, they'd be like, oh, that's neat. You know, they might be like, oh, I really like the story and stuff like that. But they don't have the same experience as like somebody who grew up watching VHS tapes of A New Hope before the special edition, right?
Right.
There isn't really a history. So like for me, Cade's cool as fuck. I've seen videos on him. He looks pretty neat. The one mission I played with him in it, he died, so that sucks.
Spoilers.
He did well. I mean, he died a while ago, right? It was like 5 years ago, right? I love the story. So I love the thing that I like about the story is that it is so intricate. The thing that's interesting to me, and again, I might be just I might have a completely screwed up mind view on this. You got to choose one: have the complex story and approachable gameplay, or have a no story and have really complex gameplay. And you combine both, you're just looking around like, wait, what? Like, so there are like robot people, and they are somehow psychotic space wizards, and they have lightsabers, but it's not really Star Wars. Yeah, like...
Hang on, you confused the hell out of me. Were you talking about the Vex at first and then moved on to another race, or are you
like
just talking about
Exo.
Guardians?
Exos. Like,
Okay.
Right. So, humor me. Like, if we brought Megan back in here and we're like, hey, and you showed her a picture of Cade, and you were like, who is this guy? She's gonna be like, I don't know, robot face? Like, and then you're like, oh, he's a Guardian. Okay, cool. Also, he's mildly psychotic. Okay, and he's also dead. Is he back? Did they bring him back, or is he dead?
He dead.
But they
So
brought...
even when they brought him back, he wasn't really brought back either. Like, he's there, yes. However, it's not. This is where it gets a little weird. But it was he was gone.
This
that was
is where
it.
it gets weird.
So through Ahamkara magic, he was brought back, but it's not that he was brought back in a physical form in the real world and can affect things. It's more or less his essence and things were brought back within the Traveler, manifested for a reason. But it was still his light that was pulled from the Traveler, so that way it's his thoughts, his feelings, and what he wants to do. But because of where he is and stuff, he understands that and has control over his light. So do you want me to spoil what happens or no?
I mean, the game's gone, man.
Okay. Well, the part that I'm explaining is like the finality of the D2 trilogy, where you are inside the Traveler, you're beating back the Witness to try to help heal the Traveler again and dispel him. You do so, of course, but at the cost of your own ghost. Your ghost basically gets overloaded to shoot a beam of light directly at the Witness, defeats him, whatever, ends up killing your ghost so you don't have him anymore. Cade is in control of his own light, and he says, with this, I'm choosing to do what I want with my light, despite being brought back against my will, basically, so this is what I'm going to do. And he brings your ghost back with his light.
Okay. Noble.
That's where I'm gonna have to differ from you. Like I don't I'm not going to disagree that he gave up his new life, but I don't think it was a I don't think it was like I'm trying to think of the right words to say. I don't think it was a vestige of him from within the Traveler. I think it was actually him.
Yes and no. Because it was Aldrin that made the wish to bring Cade back so that way he was within the Traveler. And he even pointed out, hey, I was yanked from where I was and I was perfectly happy.
Right, so essentially he was dead.
But he can't come out of... Yeah, he's been dead, but he can't come out of the Traveler and be himself. He's just a manifestation of what he was inside the Traveler, because everything that you get from the Traveler and your light is part of the Traveler. So when you die and all that's gone, it goes back. There are grimoire cards that explain this.
Oh.
I got the receipts right there on the shelf.
And that's where Adam is right and I am wrong. But that's the thing. If you don't know the grimoire cards, the story is... you perceive the story differently.
Yes, and I will give it to you that it's not clear-cut. They don't say, no, this is what it is, or no, he's not this. But with all the stuff that they've talked about, the things that they've said, and what happens in it, that is my interpretation of it that makes the most sense.
Right.
He can't leave the Traveler. He's not there. While he can affect what's going on within the Traveler, I would argue that what's going on within the Traveler is also a paracausal manifestation of everything that it's experienced and has gone on. Because that's how it's built the world around it. It's a conglomerate of the places that you've been, and the things that you've seen, and the races and stuff like that.
Right, but I think because of the story itself, had they not decided to kill him off again, if the grimoire cards weren't there, I think they could have gotten away with bringing him out of the Traveler. If that makes sense.
No, I'm sure they could have writ something for that.
Right.
Ooh, what if Cade's essence became a ghost that ended up going somewhere? Although that wouldn't be the case, because it said somewhere in the grimoire recently that the Traveler wasn't making any more ghosts. But that's a really interesting thought. Because
my evidence to side with me on that and against what you said is before he died, before he dies, he ends up giving Aldrin his Vanguard cape. So if he was just a vestige of or a memory of what he was, how would he have access to that?
Because that was already not in the Traveler to begin with. When he died, it was left out with the Vanguard.
Yes,
because what's the word when you get it from somebody? He got it from Andal Brask because Andal Brask lost the bet against Skolas. Here's where all the random names and shit's going to come back into play. Yeah. Andal Brask was tasked with taking down Skolas for like the 5th or 6th time because he kept reviving. Him and Cade had a dare that the person who ends up dying, the other person takes over as the Hunter Vanguard. That's what happened with Andal Brask. He took up the mantle, so Cade became the Hunter Vanguard. When he died, his cape was left there, so that way you could have it in the game if you really wanted to, because it's also an ornament. But whoever ends up taking up the Hunter Vanguard gets that cape and whatever duties associated with it. And that's the worst thing that can be done for a hunter, because they're not known for diplomatic stuff.
Sorry, I kind of.
That's why Cade did whatever the fuck he wanted.
I was just like listening to us talk and like think about the shit we said, and if anyone walked by and heard us, they would think we're fucking insane.
That's what I'm saying,
we are.
man. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Like, and even me, who's like a relative newbie, there are points where I'm like, if I even asking the question, it sounds like nonsense. You know, like.
What's something that you, Sean, have heard about or have experienced in the game that you want to look more into, or that has piqued your interest?
I want to look more. So again, I'm gonna make it a point to rewatch the superhero one. I like Bife. it's very in depth, and it's a little. There's not a lot of like, hey, this is kind of fun. It's like he reads it like he's teaching.
It's very academic.
Yeah, it's like he's a professor in a History 101 course, and it's like,
Yep.
cool, that's fine, and I appreciate him for doing that. But like, I like my content to have a little bit of humor in it, and like, but the lore itself, this was the thing I was thinking about that I was like, I have to hold off for the podcast. The thing that is actually insane to me, right? Sure. Okay, we have Destiny 1, we have Destiny 2, all the expansions, fine. And you said there was a mobile game.
Yes.
How was it, what was it was it an FPS? Was it like a strategy?
It was Destiny. Third person.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
It was
It's
fun.
also alternate timeline.
Yeah.
It's not even in the same timeline.
And you don't have the like where you were talking about how we talked about how you had the ability to change your weapons, change your perks, and all that stuff. That's not in there.
Nope.
So it's like a vastly simplified version of Destiny.
Yes, very
Basically.
scaled down, but it still plays like Destiny.
Where does it
And
take
it's
place
fun.
in cool. I mean, that's. I would hope so. But like, was it popular?
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. So where,
I
and
think it fell off hard though.
Yeah. When did it take place in the timeline?
It doesn't. It's an alternate timeline, but if I had to place
Oh.
it within like the Destiny universe, it was before the Iron People. Who are they called? Help me out here on the mountain.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about.
The Iron Lords.
Yeah.
It was either right before or right after the creation of the Iron Lords, I believe it was. So still fairly early on when Guardians were becoming Guardians.
Right.
It was like after the last city was being established and Guardians were saying, hey, we need to take care of people rather than being warlords and taking over things for ourselves.
Cool. The thing, anyways, back to. Sorry, I thought I heard my dog crying. Which, by the way, we are an hour and 40 minutes into this, so.
I was going to ask if we wanted to wrap it up and play something, but I wonder if it's too late.
No, I'm probably going to go to bed for the sake of my health. But the thing that throws me is that there is so much. There's so much lore.
Yes.
There's so much that they could have done. And again, I appreciate, and I actually really do like the fact that they stuck with 2 games, and they made it a story progression that you could experience all the way through. But they haven't done anything else. Halo has like 25 fucking games. They have a fucking series. You know what I mean? They have books. Like, Destiny has the lore books behind you, but do they have, like, is there, like, an AU or, like, anything, like, an expanded universe that you can get into? No. Right. Why? And that's the thing that throws it.
That's where it comes back into the whole corporate mismanagement and not running the ship as they would like it. And this is also like some of the stories from behind closed doors that we're not going to get the entire story of. So I'm going to point you in the direction of Jason Schreier from Bloomberg, who has put out a video that talks kind of about Destiny's development and what the rights and the wrongs were and what happened.
I'm gonna.
So it'll
watch
give
that.
you a little insight as to what went on.
Gonna watch that tonight. I think that's the thing that it legitimately throws me. Like, I get it. Like, Merit.
I was hoping that they would make addition. Sorry, I cut you off.
No.
I was hoping that they would take the Destiny franchise and expand it more. We've gotten Fortnite crossovers with it. They've had skins in like For Honor and things like that too. But like the universe itself is rich in characters and stories that they can take them, plop them in a different type of game, and it would still be meaningful and impactful.
Yeah.
Like there was that I don't know if I found it for you guys, but there was that internally developed at Bungie fighting game using Destiny characters, and it was very rudimentary, but it was like a test case to show that they could do it. It was Shaxx against Ikora using magic from the game fighting against each other.
That'd
But
be
it never
cool.
went anywhere beyond that. But that's
Like-
where it came from, mismanagement and not letting people spread their wings and try something.
Yeah, like, I mean, the genres you can get into fighting games. You can get into strategy games. Like, could you imagine like a Total War type strategy
An
game?
XCOM type Destiny game would be perfect.
Right. And like you can, or if you don't want to even go into like an XCOM type dealy, you could have like you already have Last City, but you could do like a city builder game, because I'm sure there are other settlements that are still left in
Yeah,
the world.
not all the people that are alive want to join the last city. Like, there's people that want to live on the outskirts doing their own thing.
Right.
That was part of Hawthorne's thing. She lives in the city, but she likes to be on the outskirts doing shit.
Right. Like there could be, and again, I'm not like I love a good open world game, but I know that it's been overused. But you could do an open world single player game. You could, with the same mechanics, right? That is RPG based. It's actually it's flabbergasting to me that like they didn't do that. Like it's weird. Like if the game wasn't popular, I could understand. But I mean, in its heyday, it was extremely popular. Like it's weird, man.
Yeah. They could have capitalized in a lot of different ways, but I think Bungie proper got in their own way.
Wonderful. I mean, I hope they do something else. Like my thing is like I feel like it's a waste if you don't use that ever again. Is Bungie going to do it? I don't know. Like, you know, Sony could, or Bungie could outsource it to somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah.
But to never use that level of lore again, you said it correct. This superhero guy did 7 videos, each an hour long, and it is the barest bones of the storyline.
Yes.
And
I
like,
appreciated listening to them, and he got like the basics of them right, but that's all that it was.
right.
I'm just like, well, what about this, and what about this, and how about when they did this thing? But it was just an introduction to these characters and what they're about.
Right, and it's meant for people like me who are like,
Yeah.
fuck, man. Okay, Vex, great. The Fallen, I don't know who they are. You know, it's Jesus. There's so many things. The Hive.
How about this? One last really quick thing, and then I'll let you go, because I'm sure you're tired. You need to rest. What is everyone's favorite race?
That sounds really bad in today's political.
In Destiny, the game, what is your favorite
Thank you.
type of... What's your type of... Fuck, never mind. You know what I mean. Who's your favorite type of character? What's your species?
I mean, what is the...
I'd
oh
have
my god, what are
Exo.
the blue people? Exo?
Yeah. The robot people?
Yeah, the Exo lore in and of itself
I
is
have a fun
cool.
question. Would you classify that as a species or a race?
I mean, it's a species with you.
But is it? It's a man-made robot with your own consciousness in it. Is that still you, or is that something else?
It's something else. I mean, that isn't the definition of a
But
species,
why?
meaning that you
Isn't
can't
that-
reproduce with other species. Species
But you
differentiation.
can. But you can with Exos.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Did I miss that you can fuck a robot?
So it's not explicitly said in the Destiny universe, but there are talks about like modifications that exo bodies can get and stuff, so it's possible.
So you can get a screw-on penis.
Let's just say this. There's a reason why the Exo Stranger's body shape looks way different than the rest of the Exos do.
Okay, I was not aware. So then maybe there would be a different race. I didn't know you could just slap some junk down there and be like, go to town.
Parts sold separately.
Hold on, I gotta wait for my Amazon delivery of my robot junk.
Oh my god.
Well, speaking of the Exos, I
Okay,
have to
I'll leave it
apologize.
as Exo.
Okay. I have to apologize about something because I have a feeling I screwed it up. When we were talking about like actors making characters, I think I mispronounced his name, and God help me, please forgive me. I think I called him Nathan Filoni. That's a different
you said
person.
Fillion.
I did
You
say
said
Fillion.
Fillion.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. No worries.
Nathan
Oh,
Filoni
is that why you
sounds
like Exo?
Yeah.
Nathan Filoni. Go ahead. I want to hear yours. Nathan
No, I was
Filoni.
going to say
what?
Nathan Filoni sounds like somebody who owns like a really, really small Italian restaurant in like rural Nevada.
delicatessen.
Nebraska. Yeah. Like,
But
hey, I'm
here's the
Nathan
thing,
Filoni.
Nathan Filoni's
From
a totally different
Filoni.
actor altogether, I believe. Or is he?
Wow.
Are you thinking of was it Dave Filoni, the guy who runs Star Wars?
Is it Dave Filoni?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
sorry about that, too.
Mike's was EXO. Sean, yours was Awoken.
I think so. Like, if are we going for like all of the races?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I need to remind myself.
If I'm picking
The Awoken
Awoken, it's
have
because
one
of
of them.
Marasov.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the Elixni lore that I heard was pretty cool.
Mike, there was
sword-
somebody's Destiny name I saw that was Marasov's bathwater. It was great. It was a good name.
Yeah, I mean, like the what is it? The Elixni are cool. Their like lore is really cool. The fucking
The Awoken's lore is really cool too.
the sword logic, the
Mhm.
the concept of that is so
Yeah.
fucking
Truth
cool.
to power, man.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
what I just said is also a grimoire book. It's called Truth to Power, but like it's a real thing. You manifest it in that world. It's a thing. And then the whole tithe system too. Dude, you missed some of the great stuff with that too, with the whole tithe system, and then Eris Morn becoming a hive god even though she is an Awoken, I think it was. Maybe she's a human. I think she's a human guardian. But she became a hive goddess despite being human and shit like that because of
Yeah.
her time in the Hellmouth and what went on.
Yeah, that I mean, even
Crazy
that,
shit.
even like, and I'm sorry, the person who got caught in the Hellmouth. What was their name?
Eris Morn.
Right, she's the one who had like put the eyes, like she removed her eyes and then put the
Yep.
3 eyes in. Like,
Yep.
give me that shit. Give me that game. Give me that movie. I want to see what the fuck happened there. And it's funny because we're kind of in this world now where we're seeing like there was oh my god. There was
What'd you do?
no, he put in the picture of the Awoken lady.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Give me that.
oh my god, like,
I have a type.
you mean immortal,
Mortal
human
blue skin
space-
ladies.
human space elves. I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, there's so much cool shit that I'm like, you couldn't do anything with that. Like, there again, like I was saying, like they have what the Legend of Vox, whatever. Then they have
Oh,
the,
from Critical Role, yeah.
yeah. Then they have oh my god, the League.
Come
of
on, both their
Legends.
seasons were great.
No, the League of Legends.
Oh. Arcane.
Arcane, thank you. Like, they're going out of their way to take. I mean, hell, Secret Level, man. Like,
Yeah.
hell, the Mario movie. They're taking video game IPs that, like, I mean, Mario's popular, but like, they're taking IPs that are doing relatively well. Like, make a fucking animated series. If you want
Dude,
to
that would do
get,
so well. If they did that, that would do so well.
could you imagine a fucking series of like a Clone Wars type series where it's vignettes of people, and again, not your main character because that wouldn't exist, but like this,
yeah.
but added characters, whatever, taking
They
place
have
in
plenty
that
of
world.
history that they can just make the stories of so you can see it animated and fleshed out.
And that's why I'm so flabbergasted. I'm like, okay, your company is not making money. You can license that out to fucking anyone and say,
Right.
okay, we want you to do, we want you to do a Destiny 1 and 2 series. We'll greenlight it on Netflix or whatever. Put it out. That brings more people. I mean, look what happened with fucking Cyberpunk. You had Edge Runners come out, and everyone was like, "Oh, I want to try that
anime
fucking
was so
game."
good.
Like, do an anime, do a CG series, do whatever. You can.
There
do,
has been a lot of discussion in the community about what a show from Destiny would look like, and there was plenty on all sides calling for all the same types. They wanted it animated, they wanted it live action, they wanted it to be a mix of things. Any of those would lend really well to it if it's done correctly or by the right person.
Right.
But any of those would be great.
Right. And like, it's not like, fuck. We made 3 movies about The Hobbit, which was a 200-page book written for children. Like,
Yeah.
we have a guy who spent, Bife cornered the market and makes money on talking about video game lore, and it's not like he has 3 videos. He's got a shit ton of videos.
hmm
Why? That's where I'm confused. I'm like, the money's right there. People will buy it, right? Like,
Go watch that Bloomberg video, man.
oh my god.
I think if I'm gonna have to watch it again just to try to brush up on it, but I believe the issue was some sort of mismanaging or mishandling of it because they were not coming out 2 or 3 times over what their budget was. Instead, it was thin.
Right. So they were making money, just not enough money for it to be money. Like, that's the thing that,
Right.
like, and I know we talked about this in the last episode, but that's one of the things that frustrates the shit out of me, is like, what is the measure of success? And the measure of success is, if it's not an overwhelming blockbuster around the corner, people waiting in line for 17 hours to get it, and you sell $500 billion worth of it, it's a
Right.
failure. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
And that I think that's just a product of the last handful of years with anything, because it was just of let's buy everything up and try to make as much money as possible because everyone's tightening their belts, and we have nothing to show for it now because nobody wanted to take any chance on anything new.
Right.
And now Destiny's dead.
Yeah,
Well-
that's God damn it.
Well, look at movies. Freaking Avatar: Way of Water when it first came out. It had to make $1 billion, if I'm not mistaken, like $1 billion at minimum, in order for it to even break even.
Right.
Right. But I mean, like, even some of the failures in the box office, like, it covered
Right.
cost. And,
Right.
like, there was one fucking movie I just saw that it did fucking horribly in the theater. Fuck, which one was it? I just watched it the other day. too.
Morbius.
No, it's Morbin time. It's Morbin time. Like,
Yeah, and then he morbed all over the place.
he morbed everywhere. He had to go get paper
Again,
towels
Sony.
'cause there was so much morb. Huh?
What'd you just say?
I said again, Sony.
Yeah.
Oh god, fucking Sony! Like their touch on IPs, it's fucking poison.
Oh, yeah.
Except the Into the Spider-Verse movies. Those were phenomenal.
Right.
Phenomenal.
Because
I
there's a
will also
Spider-Man.
say this is well. Hang on. This is. I'm not biased just because of the name. Maybe a little bit, but that's not the case. I think they, if not made, they definitely distributed the movie Mitchell's versus the Machines.
Yeah.
That movie was excellent, and it's a Sony movie.
Yeah, but it didn't do well.
I've never
It
heard
did
of that
great. I don't remember it coming out anywhere else except for streaming, and I heard nothing but good things of it everywhere.
movie. Mitchell's versus Machines. Pictures look cool.
I'm bracing. I'm gonna be called a liar. I don't know anything.
Oh, actually,
I'm gonna get found out.
no. So actually, oh, hold on. Oh, that's Michael. Oh, actually, well, that's funny.
Like, haha, funny.
So there was. It didn't go. It didn't have a theatrical release.
Mm-hmm.
So they covered their costs by selling the rights. So it basically. Right. So the budget was of $100 million, or between 50 and $100 million, and they sold it for 110.
Wow,
So like,
that's really low.
right? I mean,
That movie is very visual too. Like, they get a lot of flourishes and things, and it's very fancy. It reminds me a lot of the Into the Spider-Verse movies with the shit that they got going on in them.
Yeah, I mean, and that for what it's worth. Like, I'm not. I haven't seen it. I should actually say because I love those kinds of movies.
It's good.
But like, if that had a theatrical release and it made $110 million, it would have been considered a flop. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And like,
Just because you make your money back doesn't mean that's enough.
Right.
even if you make more than your money back, if it's not, there is a spreadsheet somewhere with a number that has to be made, and if it's not made, whatever you created is garbage.
Yep.
I mean, Destiny still makes money now, right? Like, as of today, because people are still buying skins and shit.
I guess it's just all profit now, really, besides like server maintenance, because they're not making any more content.
Right, and they're not even really they're not even they don't even have enough staff to maintain it. Like, it's just there's like 3 people.
It's just going to exist.
Right, and like,
Oh, perfect way to end it. The Witness won. Destiny is in one constant state that's never going to change. The Witness won in the end.
so it's funny, the last video that Sir Superhero did, at the very end of the video, he goes, "Holy fuck, the Witness won." He said the exact same thing. He's like, "Is the ending story is that everything will stay the same."
Yep. Ta-da!
Gotta love
God
it.
damn it!
Good thing for us, we're always going to change because we're human.
Yes.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. But anyway, we ready to wrap this up?
Let's do it.
Did you get your fix? Are you happy?
We
Or
got,
do we need to have a second one of these and talk more?
I mean, we could.
I think we broke our episode record.
No, we
What?
haven't.
No, yeah. I
Kingdom
think,
Hearts was over 2 hours by
Was it
margin.
over? Was it
Yeah.
over 2
Oh, yeah.
hours?
Yeah.
I think Zelda was too.
Yes, it was.
Zelda
Oh,
was like
shit.
2 and 15.
I think Kingdom Hearts is the longest, and Legend of Zelda was following it up by just 10 or 15 minutes, maybe.
God, that was so fun.
Oh, maybe we should just revisit Ocarina of Time when it comes out.
Oh, I think we should do a retrospective. I think that wait, and you said you. Oh no, you. I'm the only one with the Switch too, so I'm gonna have to like figure out a way to stream it in here.
I will have a Switch 2 soon. Meg has threatened to buy me the Legend of Zelda Special Edition when it comes out, so... Yeah!
Yay, spouses!
Yay. All right. Any closing thoughts? Anything anybody want to share?
I
Thanks,
have to
Destiny,
pee
for
so bad.
hours of... God damn it. I was going to say thanks for all the entertainment, but... All right.
No, it's no. Honestly, I mean, thanks for the 3 weeks that I've been playing the game, Bungie.
Well, hey, it gives us something else to play. We both, me and Mike, enjoy it, and you seem to like it, so we can pull you through and make you like it.
It's no. In all honesty, it's a phenomenal game, and I'm
absolutely.
actually upset that I came in at this point, and it's sad
I'm
that you
upset
have.
for you.
Yeah,
Some of the
like,
things that you missed, like, you needed to be there to experience it because they were just chef's kiss. They were great.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I'd have to say after getting to be able to play the game and getting as close to you guys playing this game, I agree that I wish I had hung out with you sooner. Like you and I knew each other when the kids were
We
first
were in
born.
our orbits thanks to our wives.
Right.
I remember that weird dinner where all of our girlfriends at the time brought their spouses to, what was it, the Yard House, and we just hung out. And that was like my first introduction to you.
wait, all of our girlfriend. Oh, all
Mike.
of your girlfriends brought
Brought their
their
spouses.
soon-to-be spouses, but
Soon-to-be
at that point,
whatevers, yeah.
significant other.
I'm
Yeah.
trying.
At that point, we were just the boyfriends.
I'm trying to remember what that one was.
You knew what that one was.
The earliest I remember is us hanging. The earliest I can remember is meeting up for. Oh my god, what is her name? I feel so bad. Is it Heather? Heather's birthday?
We did do that,
Yeah.
but we talked to Matt before then too. We were friends at that point, I think.
Oh my god, why am I not remembering?
Yeah, this was years ago.
Hell yeah.
That's okay. I'm not that memorable.
Shut up.
Look at us now.
If it makes you feel any better, the first time I met Terry, I think I made a joke and like talked to her for a little bit, and I was like,
Yeah.
I had a super crush on her, and
Super
Like,
crush it at a
yeah.
cape and everything.
oh yeah, like it was crazy. And then I met her again like a couple of months later, again at like at a completely different thing, and we started dating and whatever. And then like a little while into us dating, I was like, oh yeah, I remember the first time I met you, and she was like, oh yeah, Akiko Yama. I'm like, no, we met before then. She's like, no, we didn't. I'm like, yes, we did. I talked to you. And she was like, well, you didn't give a good
Yikes.
impression. I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, that tracks.
Ooh,
That
damn.
Ow.
Well, guess what? Now we're married.
That's damn it. I was gonna say that too. It's like,
Who
look
won
at you now.
Yeah.
Now you're tied to me.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, at that point, I was nothing special.
Sean, I just thought of something. We may look like we're related, but now we're tangentially related.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're like- yeah. I was like, oh yeah,
duh.
tangentially related. Yeah, we're like,
Our
like-
wives are cousins.
Yeah,
Close
we're-
enough.
our wives are cousins. That absolutely sounds like a country song. That sounds like
Yeah.
a Garth Brooks special.
It's on the level of all my exes live in Texas.
Yeah. By the way, Texas is a fine state. I was just there, but don't go if you don't want to get COVID. Do go if you like COVID. I don't know, upper respiratory illnesses.
Not you. I don't run your life.
You know, my
I'm
manager.
trying to wrap this up. What's going on with us? What's going on?
We're all punchy. It's midnight.
It's almost midnight. Jesus Christ, yeah. All right. If you want more from us, come join us on Facebook or Instagram or Threads or Blue Sky. And we got a Patreon. Go talk to us there.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got a YouTube and Spotify. All this shit goes up on there. We're tired. I'll do a normal one later.
I know. You should just record a
Clearly.
voiceover at the end of this and just be like, play it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Like as like I'm gonna fade this out from us and just like have that voiceover playing as like the screen comes up and then the music can come in, so I don't have to say it anymore.
I'll do my radio voice. Folks, you can always find us over at Patreon, where all of our great content lives. You know,
Blue Sky, Threads,
Go to-
Instagram, and Twitter.
go to Blue Sky.
Sign up on the Patreon. New videos every Wednesday.
Smash that like button.
We need to go to bed. Mike, your turn. You didn't do it. You do one.
And for those in the after hours, join our OnlyFans.
This Sunday.
Sunday. See a detachable penis.
All right. Anyway, good night.
Good night.
Night.
Turn this off now. Where's my button?